Are you yearning for a different life? Picture swapping office lights for the warmth of sunlight on your skin, or leaving behind the daily commute to the soothing sounds of the ocean. If this resonates with you, join me as we explore the practical steps to embrace the digital nomad lifestyle. Forget the common advice of abruptly quitting your job to chase your passion. Instead, I'll provide a straightforward plan, a guide to turn remote work into your reality, not just a distant dream. We'll delve into financial considerations, explore various remote careers, and simplify freelancing, addressing the how and when of balancing work and life even with a demanding job. Ready? Let's get started. Before diving into the specifics of remote work, let's address the crucial element, the key ingredient needed for this nomadic journey. The key to this lifestyle is money. Whether you already have your finances under control or need to figure out how to make money while enjoying this lifestyle, finances are crucial. Money is the determining factor for most of us. While a basic amount is necessary for survival, if you aim for a mobile lifestyle, you'll likely need more, depending on your location. Regardless of your situation, you must find a way to make a living with this lifestyle. Now, let's talk about the big how in making money by breaking it down into simpler terms. Imagine sketching out a map, like a 2x2 grid. On one side, we have jobs tied to a specific place, and on the other side, jobs you can do from anywhere. Consider being either someone's employee or running your own show, being an entrepreneur. For instance, being a doctor is a job bound to a place, working for someone else. Now think of a software engineer, a job where you can work from anywhere, but you're still an employee. It's a pretty decent spot to be in. Let's shift to a location-bound entrepreneur. Think of a plumber. They can fix pipes from afar, but they work for themselves, calling the shots. In the last quarter, we've got the location-independent entrepreneur. Think freelance web designers, video editors, or coders, working for themselves and free to choose where they work. If you fancy this lifestyle, you're aiming for that location-independent box. Working remotely as a doctor or a plumber? Tricky. But finding a gig that lets you make money from anywhere is your ticket to the digital nomad life. Now, getting a remote job is totally cool for most folks. Loads of jobs have gone remote: coding, designing, editing, and even office-based gigs like accounting or HR roles. So, if you've spent a decade perfecting your accounting skills, you don't have to ditch it to become a web designer just because it's a remote job. You can be an accountant remotely too, as long as you find the right setup. But for the rest of this video, let's focus on this freelance path because most people aren't dreaming of just being a remote employee. The real dream is to be a location-independent entrepreneur, calling the shots, controlling your time, and skipping the boss. These are three main ways to reach location-independent entrepreneur quadrant, and the first one is the creator path. You invest time creating free content online, gradually building a group of people who know, like, and trust you. Over time, you start earning money through things like AdSense, sponsorships, and affiliates. Eventually, you can sell your own products, like courses, which brings in cash and leads to financial success. The catch with the creator path is that the rewards come later down the road. You can't decide one day to be a YouTuber and start making money the next day. Unlike some other paths, it's a long-term project, and the competition is fierce. Many people are trying to become creators, but only a handful succeed. So, while many have trodden this path, it might not be my top recommendation if you're aiming for the digital nomad lifestyle, especially in the short term. Moving on, let's talk about the second route, often called the entrepreneur path. It's essentially about starting your own business or launching a startup. Take my friend Simon, for example. He's on this entrepreneur journey, building his own tech startup. Simon has been dedicated to this project for the past 3 years, and the unique thing about him is that he runs a location-independent business. It's worth noting because he's not tied to a specific place. He's doing things his own way, leading his team, all working remotely while striving to make his company a success. However, if your goal is to embrace the digital nomad lifestyle, this might not be the smoothest path to tread. Being a startup founder is no walk in the park. It involves overcoming significant challenges to make your business profitable. There's the option of seeking funding or going to the bootstrap route, and it opens up a whole new set of challenges. If you're aiming for a lifestyle that suits you best, I suggest considering path number 3, freelancing. The freelancing path is quite straightforward. All you need to do is 2 things. First, find a skill that you can do from anywhere. Second, connect with people who are willing to pay you for that skill. That's what being a freelancer is all about. By doing just that, you've already opened the door to this digital nomad lifestyle. Before we move forward, I want to highlight a crucial point. Even though I didn't specifically endorse the paths of being a creator or an entrepreneur earlier, it's essential to recognize that these paths offer significant advantages. Let me break it down for you. As a creator, you benefit from the leverage of media. Take this YouTube video, for instance. I put in effort to create it once, but it can generate views and income for the next 5 to 10 years. Essentially, I can make money while I sleep because the video remains accessible on YouTube. Now, consider the entrepreneur path, like my friend Simon creating a tech startup. The leverage here comes from code. Once the product is developed, the code functions like little robots working on my behalf. Customers can sign up from anywhere globally, and serving 1,000 customers doesn't require significantly more effort than serving 100 or 10 customers. This is what we mean by gaining more leverage in these paths. The issue with freelancing is that it doesn't give you much advantage. You're basically trading your time for money. While you can start as a freelancer and later try to create your own business or build your own audience for a creative career, freelancing is essentially about exchanging your time for pay. It's not very efficient. To handle more clients, you have to put in a lot more effort compared to being a creator or entrepreneur. However, this trade-off is acceptable because freelancing lets you become profitable quickly, unlike the paths of a creator or entrepreneur. To succeed as a remote freelancer, focus on two key elements: a valuable skill and clients willing to pay for it. This fundamental equation has been the core of commerce and services throughout history, often overlooked in today's digital age. Step 1 is acquiring a skill people will pay for. Numerous skills are in demand on freelance websites like Fiverr and Upwork. Identify something you find interesting, learn it, and offer your services. If you already have a job, consider the skills you possess. That's your starting point. Once you've addressed the skill side, the next step is finding clients. Avoid the saturated freelance platforms and be proactive. Target creators like YouTubers by reaching out and showcasing how your skills can benefit them. Another option is focusing on local businesses, especially those deemed boring. Example, dentists, plumbers. These businesses often need services but are overlooked. Businesses value return on investment. Demonstrate good communication and skills, and they'll invest in your services. Make yourself findable by maintaining a professional online presence on platforms like Twitter, LinkedIn, and possibly your personal website. Remember, presentation matters. Stand out by crafting competent emails, maintaining clear communication, and showcasing your work through a website or portfolio. Follow the basics of website building and profile optimization, readily available on platforms like YouTube. Securing just one paying client can be a game changer. Provide excellent service, gather testimonials, and leverage word-of-mouth recommendations. Charlie Munger's wisdom holds true. The best source of work is the work already on your desk. Focus on delivering quality, and subsequent clients will follow. Now, the question is, how to do all of this with a full-time job, right? Balancing a side hustle with a full-time job can be challenging, especially if you're juggling other responsibilities like being a parent. Developing a skill and finding clients takes time, and the process involves learning and overcoming failures. It's a valuable journey, but let's be realistic. It's time-consuming. If you're working a regular job, my advice is not to quit it abruptly. While the idea of leaving your job to pursue your passion sounds enticing, the reality is that it's extremely difficult to make money right away. Instead, consider overlapping your job with your side hustle. Use your evenings and weekends to figure out how to land your first clients. This approach minimizes risk, allowing you to ensure your side hustle can financially support you before leaving your primary job. The common advice of quit your job and follow your passion is often impractical. It's more sensible to transition gradually, managing your job and side hustle simultaneously. If you have kids, I understand it's even more challenging. Balancing your time and energy becomes crucial. I acknowledge that it's easier for me to say, without kids, just hustle in the evenings and weekends. For those with kids, the demands on your time are greater, and there's no denying that this is a tough journey. Effectively managing your time and energy is non-negotiable. Now, we've covered the ins and outs of the digital nomad scene, addressing money matters, job options, and practical advice. As we wrap up, it's essential to keep one thing in mind. This journey is yours to shape. The digital nomad lifestyle is not about quitting your job impulsively, but rather crafting a plan for a seamless transition. Whether you're a seasoned freelancer or a 9 to 5 worker craving flexibility, the key lies in finding a valuable skill and connecting with clients willing to pay for it. As we part ways, remember that the journey may be challenging, especially if you're balancing a full-time job and other responsibilities. But with strategic planning and a commitment to your goals, you can gradually pave the way to your digital nomad dream. So, if you're ready to turn the page and embark on this transformative journey, I invite you to subscribe for more practical tips and guidance. Click the subscribe button and let's navigate this path together. Your digital nomad adventure begins now. Safe travels!